Hello and welcome to What Are You Saying? #Ways, where we talk about topics in the news as it affects us all. I am Osayome Saleh, and today I'm joined by my amazing co-anchor, Elsie Godwin. How are you doing?
Being a woman, how are you?
Well, it's one of those days, man. Trust me. But you look lovely. Is this a peach or what do we call this color?
It's a big color, no?
But it's actually a very beautiful color. I love it. It's one of my favorite colors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you thinking about it?
I'm trying to think if it's peach, but it's really nice. I love the color. And it looks good on you.
Thank you.
How are you?
Like I said, being a woman palaba.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
I'm good.
Don't worry, we will leave.
We have a choice.
I wanted to say that I can't wait for it to end, but I have a long way to go. It's still far.
It is well.
Oh my
That's
God.
the only thing we can see. It is well.
So I went to have my jab today.
Oh, COVID vaccine, yeah.
Yeah, I actually sent some videos. I don't know if they have it, you know. It was, at the beginning was quite chaotic because a lot of people were complaining. They said some had come since Friday. They've not been able to take their jab. So we registered online, thinking that, okay, in my head, if I register online, they would have had the number of people expecting that day and all of that. It was just dramatic. So when you get there,
you have a lot of high expectations for people.
I did, because I
government.
thought this was COVID and it has some international appeal.
Yeah. Anyways.
Well, but how was your experience though? Was it that?
You want me to start talking? So my experience couldn't have been same as yours because I sort of went to sort out a VIP list where I would just walk in. Oh, Elsie, you're here. Hi, how are you? And they give me my job and I walk in, right? So I didn't go through all that. I knew I did not have the energy to, so that was why I started making calls like, Bikono, where can I go? Who can help my life? I didn't even need to call too many people. I just called one person and, you know.
All right,
yeah.
so let's just take a very short break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us. All right, so today we're talking travels and apologize for those technical glitches that we've been experiencing. All right, so today we're talking travels and you know, the impact of vaccines and, you know, on travels and would like to even understand what happened this year, you know, because everybody in Nigeria, usually Nigeria is empty summer period, but I don't know what happened this year. So it's been nice to analyze that. And here's what we found as today's quote. I would rather own a little and see the world than own the world and see a little. That's from Alexander Sattler. So please, we apologize, whatever that happens today. But so a great, that's about it. That's about it. You know, travels is something that, I mean, a lot of people are asking, why are you going to have your job? Why are you having this? It's not mandated, it's not mandated. But, I mean, everybody that knows me knows that I have family in France. You understand? And when you want to go get your tickets, like you want to travel, is bold there without a fully, so you're not even have vaccine, fully vaccinated, you know, certificate, COVID, what's it called? Without that, you can, yes, you cannot be admitted into France. So there are states that are coming up with those kinds of laws. Some countries too are coming up with those kind of laws. Yeah, so I don't know how the impact will be on travels. I know a lot of people that had to cancel their appointment because they didn't feel comfortable going to go and get the jab. So they say, I beg, I'd rather stay in my country. But for how long can you stay in the country?
There are people who aren't fans of traveling. They would, I mean, there are people like that. They would rather just stay at a place, and if they have to travel, then it's a necessity, not for fun, not for leisure, not like someone like me. And I would say this quote is very apt for me because I love traveling. If you want to curry me from any job, just tell me that this job is going to ensure that I travel to. Just give me the number of states, number of countries that I have to travel to, then I trust me, I'm definitely jumping on the offer. So I love the conversation we're having today. It will help people understand what the do's and don'ts are, because our guest from Monday was even mentioning something about some flights not coming into Nigeria or going out of Nigeria because of some foul play. I don't know if this is very proven in his allegations, some foul play in terms of testing and all that. So whatever it is, we need to understand what's playing in that space now, so we know where we can go. And where we cannot go with the small money we gathered this year.
Absolutely. So if you work in human resource industry, then you'd be familiar with talent acquisition. Talent acquisition is the process of hiring a professional for a needed company or resource. HR professionals have a keen eye when it comes to searching for the right kind of people for the right kind of job, which in that position can be difficult at times. That's why there's a day dedicated just to them, and it's called Global Talent Acquisition Day. Talent acquisition is a unique profession because they are not only skilled in sourcing tactics, assessment, and standards, but they also build employment brand standards for company to work off of. As a profession, it is closely aligned with marketing, and many global organizations recruit globally through talent acquisition specialists, and also and allow them to craft unique company messages to attract potential employees. So happy Talent Acquisition Day. This is actually very interesting. When I was reading this, I said, that's why you see that when certain companies are telling you about their brand image, their brand whatever, so they would always align those with not only the people they employ as employees, even the brand ambassadors that they get. So you're able to tie up and
everything together.
And I think it also helps your field, right?
Yeah, it does. And I think that for those in human resource, like you mentioned, their job is becoming very, I mean, it's always a soft skill, but with the pandemic and people embracing work from home and all, it becomes a special kind of skill. Because I was reading something somewhere where someone was talking about, I think the conversation started from people complaining about those working from home not meeting up the target, and they feel like if you're not in the space, like a confined space where they can see you, that people cannot work. And someone in some top management in a company was saying that if the people you you employ cannot deliver working from home, then the problem is with you who employed them, or probably their manager. Something is missing somewhere. So I think their job has become more difficult, because aside from finding people who would align, you also have to get people who are ready to evolve with the world as it evolves. Because beyond pandemic, we are going digital, tech tools. You have to be able to just think on your feet, and your intuition becomes a big deal to stand for, like you said, what the company stands for. So
absolutely.
Kudos to them.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah. So we've lost a lot of time. So tell us what you found in the news today.
Okay. So the first one I think I need to mention is so according to Nigerian Meteorological Agency, 3 coastal states, that's Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and Delta, are to experience heavy rainfall in the next 3 days. Also, there are chances of moderate heavy rainfall over the parts of Niger, Kwara, Oyo, southern Kebbi, Kaduna, Plateau, Taraba, southern Adamawa, Rivers, Bayelsa, Lagos State, and Ondo State, and I think southern part of Osun State as well. As a result of this, there are chances of flash flooding over roads, low-lying settlements, streams, and river channels. So let's get ready, and if your drainages around you is blocked, begin to do something to ensure that is clear, because I mean, I like that we have this kind of information so that people can plan, because we know we suffer flooding in most of the states. Lagos State is in it as well.
People hardly take these kinds of warnings seriously. So that's my problem. It's not like they've always told people that, you know, but they will now ask you a question: where do we go to? I don't have the notes. Yes, they've always won.
This is the first time I'm seeing it on a national daily.
They always.
My weather report I get usually from Google. Like I get it pop up and I get.
I remember a particular year, Lokoja was going to be flooded, and they kept on shouting that this place will be flooded. This place will be flooded. The people refused to move, and like when the flood came,
it was heavy.
It was bad.
So the next 3 days.
So there will always the conversation will always be, where do you want us to go to? Where do you want us to go to? So maybe I think again, alongside, maybe the government should just start to create holding areas where you can actually go there and wait for a while until. I don't know.
I like your optimism. But my second story is my able president, Muhammadu Buhari. He sacked 2 ministers, Minister of Agriculture and Minister of Power. The ministers were sacked after an independent and critical they shall check them, performance. Let me put it like that. Before they say I say what I'm not supposed to say. But to replace them is Dr. Mohammed Mahmoud Abubakar. He has been redeployed from Minister of Environment to Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, while Engineer Abubakar Aliyu will assume office as Minister of Power. So, and these 2 are the first people he's ever sacked since resuming office in 2015. So, I guess they were really below par in performance.
I have questions, but I'll keep my reservation.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are asking that, is he just realizing that some of these ministers are actually not functioning? Like they are not working. Why is it that all of a sudden he's sacking 2 now? That we've always been complaining about certain ministries that we believe that they're not delivering on the job. So how come those ones haven't been sacked? You know, so we do not know why. But he gave a reason. Did you read that article?
What part?
I don't know. The one he was talking.
There wasn't a direct reason. It's basically, performance below par. They had a metrics where they checked the whole ministries, and I think these 2.
We need to check that metrics.
They've not given us the key points of the metrics. So it's basically vague reasons. We can't say this is the exact reason, because, like you said, if we want to look at all the ministries, okay.
Minister of Works and Housing. That's the story I have today. It says federal government will consider national housing bond. According to the minister through his spokesperson, it says the government involvement in sorry, just give me a minute. I'm trying to pull out where he said. He said, this is something I have been discussing with a lot of his colleagues. He's been trying to liaise with the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, who are in charge of fiscal policy, and hopefully they will be able to engage the Governor of Central Bank, who controls the monetary policy. So what they want to do is provide housing bonds, right, for developers so that they can access very housing and the housing deficit that we have in the country, they can create some of this housing project at reasonable rates, you know, which is what, you know, a lot of people have been talking about. There's something, can I quickly find that? Because I think I'm rushing, so I didn't keep that. It says, okay, so that the story is that the housing challenges are being tackled on multiple fronts through government and private. So they are going to do private partnership and government initiative, and that's how services are delivered around the world. That's what he said. So he emphasized that the private sector, he emphasized the role of the private sector and added that the government cannot tackle housing challenges on its own. So they want to be able to bring in private sectors into the housing deficits that we have in the country. So if he is able to get the buy-in of those other ministries, then maybe it will come to those private people at cheaper costs, and at the end of the day, you and I can access, you know, housing at cheaper costs. We have a huge housing deficit in this country, so hopefully, if this works out, we'll say kudos to them. All right, so we'll take a break now. When we come back from the break, we're going to be discussing travels, right?
Surviving COVID-19.
Yes, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
it for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Bookie November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on PlusTvAfrica.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
Thanks for staying with us now. From hand sanitizers in hotel lobbies to cabin crews in masks, localized lockdown to contact tracing app, COVID-19 has transformed the world of travel. Amid closed borders and cancelled flight, travel came to a virtual standstill, with the United Nations World Tourism Organization declaring 100% of global destinations had implemented travel restrictions at the peak of the pandemic. Today, as the world begins to emerge from lockdown, looking towards the new normal, and travelers, many of whom have been largely confined to their homes for months, are starting to dream again of beaches, mountains, and monuments. Now, reopening travel presents its own challenges. For instance, travelers are mandated to present vaccine passports entering a country like France, as I'd mentioned earlier. So as we review the concluding this concluding summer holiday, what was the impact of COVID-19 on the travels for this particular year? Now, let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. So I'm going to bring in Temi Dio in a minute, Ifedayo rather, in a minute. Ogumbayo. So I'll bring her in a minute. But I wanted to quickly ask you a question. How, like, first of all, did you travel this summer? No. Why didn't you travel?
There's no money on ground.
Oh.
There's no money on ground.
But it's not just about money alone, because I think a lot of people struggle to understand which place should I go to.
I mean, I had that struggle as well, not just in terms of where to go to, but when I say money, right, I think those that are, we call them Ijebu in this part of the world. Those that are Ijebu like me would also think that way, especially when you have to travel and you have to do the test going, you get there, you do another test, you're coming back, you do another one, and like it was testing 4 times.
Costing.
So it made your cost really go high, and you're really wondering, am I ready to travel? I know right now I am ready to travel, but there are lots of things I have to consider in terms of work and deliverables and everything. And I was telling my friend that if I don't travel from now till I think 2nd week of October, I know that I can't travel again this year because I have a course that should start in October. Right, so I have that time frame. Again, now I've taken the first jab, but I'm still confused because I don't know. I'm still hearing that even with the vaccination, being completely vaccinated, you still have to take the test. So it's sort of confusing, and I think that's why I'm happy we're having this conversation. Where are the countries we can go to? Must we really take the test even after being vaccinated? What exactly is going on, and what is the impact on our pockets?
You know, I was talking to someone last night, and he was saying that even currently they're supposed to go to some island, I think Maldives or whatever, to go and do some things. That he's not going. That if you hear the numbers in Maldives, the COVID numbers, that even though he's fully vaccinated, that he's not stepping out, he's going to stay in Nigeria. That for the first time, people are wondering, how come you're declining a holiday? He says he's not interested. But you see, what you mentioned is what actually keeps I am baffled by. If you say I should take a vaccine, I have taken the vaccine, right? I'm fully vaccinated. Why do I still need to test? You know, because those costs, let me tell you, people that travel are not super rich.
No,
they have just decided that they just want to save their money.
From January,
do you understand? You're saving till maybe like July, August when you want to make a trip. So you have saved money. That cost of say your own is good. It's just you. Me that I will go with 3 other human beings. You know, so imagine 50,000 per person.
Wow.
For going to do a test. Coming, then when you get to some
countries, when you get there, you need to do another test.
Then you know you have a mandatory 10 days. Like in the UK, my sister had to stay 10 days.
How many days is the leave?
At the end of the day, it was almost useless for her because she really wanted to take her children, you know, for a holiday. She couldn't do anything. So everything she had booked, visiting the London Eye, the zoo, and all that, she couldn't do most of those things. Why? Because she did not even remember to think that she had to factor that in. So it's actually very cumbersome traveling in this thing. So maybe I'm happy that what's it called, Ifedayo, they are the consultants, you know, so they would help us, you know. So Ifedayo Ogumbayo is the CEO of Fidel Trips, a licensed travel management company engaged in management of customized travel arrangements for all clients, with a dual responsibility of ensuring that they get value for their money, because that one is very important for all their travels, ensuring that they are also professionally and excellently planned, which is the part I said my sister missed out on. If she had gotten a professional, that professional would have reminded her to factor in that extra 10 days and all of that, because some people even have to go to the hotel. I see she was lucky. I have an older sister in the UK. She lived with her, but some people actually have to spend that extra 10 days. Now imagine the cost of hotel. But thank you for joining us, and she's joined us live from the UK. Thank you, Temi Ifedayo. Am I calling you Temida?
Yeah, hi. Good evening.
Hi. I keep calling your husband's name instead of your name, but it's fine. There's still a Dio in it. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, Ife, you heard our conversation, right? Because this is actually very complicated for us. You know, how do we survive some of these things? A lot of people I know canceled. They didn't travel this year. Why? Because of too many complications, and by the time they calculate the cost, some of us are not billionaires. We just know how to save our money well to travel. So how do we manage, you know, and what exactly is going on first? Let's even understand what is happening. Then maybe we'll now start to find solutions on how to manage a trip amidst COVID.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, first I would like to tell you that travel is still very interesting, except for the restrictions. And unfortunately, the travel industry, which used to be the, you know, one of the most sought after sector in the world, was the one that was badly hit most for COVID.
Yeah.
And experts have it that travel is not going to start, you know, like it used to be until 2023. But we are not made for isolation. Man was made to explore. So we can't just sit down in a place. We need to move. And that is why you can see a lot of people, even with, you know, paying the COVID test and all, flights are still full to some destinations. In fact, you won't get seats on some airlines because the truth is people are tired of sitting down. Unfortunately, COVID has come to stay, and we need to just work out the best way and know the travel rules according to each destination. It's not like before where you just pick your bag and you just buy tickets and then you say you're going. No. This has to do with your personal decision first to say, if I go and get COVID, what happens? Blah, blah, blah. Secondly, if I go, do I know the rules governing where I'm going to? You just mentioned your sister now. So now this is the time to consult the travel advisor. You can't do anything on your own again when it has to do with travel, because every day there are new rules. And so we need to keep ourselves up to date with the destinations we are going to. Every destination has their own policies. And so we need to know.
Okay, so talking about destination and policies, I think I'm going to be selfish and start with the question that affects me personally.
Okay.
So when you're vaccinated, I'm hoping that I'll get my second shot, I think 23rd of September, and you have to travel. What gives? Like, what is that advantage that comes with being vaccinated? Because I know we had a conversation regarding some countries not accepting AstraZeneca, but accepting Moderna, J&J. You know, that conversation is ongoing. So what is the ease that being vaccinated brings on the table, and how many countries are definitely putting this into consideration? And must I also go through the COVID-19 test again to sort of have one? You know what I mean? So yeah, I hope you can respond to all that.
I love that question because I actually fall in that category. You know, because I love to travel and travel is my job. So when the vaccination came on, I took it. And I was among the first sets. I'm fully vaccinated. Unfortunately, this vaccination, it's not recognized in the UK. Yes. So it's like I've not been vaccinated. But when I went to Morocco, it is considered, once you are fully vaccinated, as in 14 days before your trip, and it can show on the card, you know, you do not need to do a COVID test before you enter Morocco. Same as Egypt. If you want to go to Egypt, if you want to go to Morocco, you don't need to do a COVID test before you go in. Your COVID vaccination card, you show them here before departure. All they do is to scan the barcode, and then it comes out that you've taken the jab 14 days before the trip. Same thing in Canada. If you go to Canada and you use this Nigerian, if I was going to Canada now, I will be exempted from the 14 days
isolation.
Quarantine. Yes, because they believe in the one I've taken in Nigeria. The UK do not believe in it. Some countries do not believe in it. You still have to do the COVID test before you go in. So that's why I said every country has its own, like some countries have even classified the other countries as amber, green, red list, you know, even Nigeria. Nigeria has classified some countries like that too. You can see it daily on the Lagos State's Instagram account. They keep telling you if you come from South Africa, if you come from Turkey, you're going to be isolated for 14 days. You know, so every country has its own classification. So it's unfortunate that the UK does not, you know, accept the one we took from Nigeria. And so you have to do the COVID test. You still have to even do day 2 and day 8 in the UK.
Yes.
While still doing your isolation. Yes.
Sorry, are you talking about all the vaccines? No, she's saying the vaccines you took in the UK.
This particular one, AstraZeneca.
I mean any vaccine you take, if you're coming from Nigeria, any that you take is not recognized. If you took it in Nigeria, it's not recognized in the UK.
But why will our colonial master treat us like this? Is it not UK? I don't understand what's going on.
Exactly. hold on. You see my problem, Ife? You see, this is the problem.
Okay.
You say take vaccine, I take vaccine. Now, so is this not further, like, are they not complicating the issue? Because now this is where a lot of people are now having a lot of doubts and confusion, saying that you have said that this thing is, we have done this thing. Why are you further, why is there a further, what's it called, like scrutiny and all of that? Is this not impacting even your business as a person? Because a lot of people will say, you know what, just forget it, I'm not going anywhere. I'll rather just stay at home. So how do we, are you, as people in the travel business, are you people, because you people are stakeholders, are you people having conversations with the people that make some of these laws? Because it is tiring. How do I keep up? Is there a website I can go and check? You know, how do I keep up? It's tiring.
Yeah, so the truth is, it's tiring. I have given myself as an example. In fact, I wish I took the vaccine here, not even in Nigeria, so that I won't be, you know, segregated.
This is very embarrassing.
But every country, once you go on their website, there are different policies. You will see it. So you must check before you even purchase the ticket. So today, someone asked us in the office this morning that they want to come to the UK, students. And I said, okay, then the office asked me, what kind of airlines do we get for them? And I said, okay, you need to get this and this. You can't get some airlines because they are in the red zone. So you can't buy the ticket for the customer. Unfortunately, the customer didn't answer the advice. And then they bought Turkish. Turkey has been classified as a red zone into the UK. So if you buy the ticket from Lagos to London on Turkish because it's cheaper, on your arrival or before your arrival, before you depart, you must show payment of about £2,500 for compulsory quarantine in the UK because you're coming through a red zone. Yes. So I just told them in the office and I laughed on the group chat and I said, this is the price you pay for not consulting a travel advisor because we already gave you what to do. Because you can't fly Kenya, Ethiopia, Turkish, you can't fly them Egypt because they've been classified as red zones. So if you pass through the red zones, you must bear the consequence.
Even though you are not stopping in the country.
Exactly.
This is dangerous.
Even though you're not stopping in the country, that's the way it is. So every day, because every day, the UK, for example, they almost every 2 weeks, they bring out their own, they talk about the travel rules, tell you those who are moving from amber to green, move from this. Unfortunately, Nigeria is in amber. Because our planes are full every day, so they can't, toy with us, so they're in amber. And it means that if you're in amber, you will isolate, self-isolation, either in someone's house or in hotel for 10 days. And you will do day 2 and day 8. But if you don't fly the direct flights or Qatar, which has been removed just last week from the red zone, if you don't fly Qatar and Morocco, you are going to pay about £2,500 isolation, compulsory.
So what you have said is that poor people like us should not travel. We should just stay in our house.
Why did I join your poor people group exactly?
Please, I'm a rich woman. Please. Let's take a break.
have a question.
When you come back from the break.
Politics has helped shape the decision of the polity, from conspiracy theories to good old-fashioned comic politics.
These are the result of tomorrow's election. Okay, you have it already, Abi.
I am not hungry. If I need appointment, all I need to do is to start praising government.
Plus, politics will fill the polls of the country, from friends to frenemies, even strange bedfellows, to clones and stooges. We go beyond the rhetorics and the drama to analyze the story behind the story.
Let anybody come and say.
The moment we stop having charlatans occupy political offices, we will curtail hate speech.
Plus Politics, not just another political show. It's about putting you, the citizens, in the know.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, if you're just tuning in, we're having a scary and amazing chat with Ife on the impact of vaccine rules on travels. Now, please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. Elsie had a question. This one is serious matter. 2,000. I'm just calculating 2,500 pounds multiplied by.
You're rich. Relax. Ife Dayo. So I'm taking you back to what you said earlier, and I think that you people in your field, your job has become more important with the situation of things. Even if we don't understand it now, when you make that mistake the first time, nobody will tell you to consult somebody like you before moving. And I'm glad I have people like you, like friends, so I probably will not have to pay for that consulting. But I need to understand why do you think that a country like the UK
would blacklist us?
Not exactly
just us.
The amber list is okay because you know you have red, you have green, you have amber. So at least if you're on amber, then you're still on a good path. Why do they not accept any form of vaccination done in Nigeria? Is there a medical reason to it in terms of the number of hours the flight takes to get to Nigeria?
Just trust.
What, or do you think they don't just trust our processes? I mean, this breaks my heart, really, because I knew of the politics behind AstraZeneca and all that, and I thought that's where it ended. But hearing this right now,
about Moderna,
it hurts me because I'm a Nigerian, I'm a proudly Nigerian as well. So what do you think is going on in that space?
Okay, thank you very much, Elsie. Unfortunately, I cannot say, but it's not only Nigeria that is affected. It's Africa generally. It's written there. The COVID test, the COVID vaccines accepted are the ones from the US, approved from the US and approved from Europe. Okay, so those two are the ones that are accepted. Maybe later they will tend to, believe in the one we had, okay? Because I guess the one we had before was brought in by India or something.
No, please correct me. Where is Moderna from? Can somebody help me find where Moderna is from? Because I don't think Moderna is from India or China.
Yeah, I think Moderna is from the UK. I think they gave us, but for now, they're not accepting Africa. Any COVID vaccine that it's been administered in Africa, and they are not the only one. But Canada is accepting. So for the US, they've not even. For the US, they don't need to ask you for your. Once you do the test, you can go into the US. But there are some states now already saying that they want to make COVID vaccine compulsory, and good enough. When you even come to the UK, tourists can take the vaccines free. The UAE started it first. They give free. Even in the US, some states are already giving tourists free. You don't have to pay anything. Same thing as the UK. If I hadn't taken from, I know some of my colleagues who came to the UK, and who have taken their first jab, and they are going to come back later to take.
So, so they are just okay. They're making life easy for us then. If you've not taken the jab, you
can take if you want to.
But let's bring it back, you know, to people that have very tight budgets, to say they want to travel, but they do not have money for some of these things. You know, I mean, you've recommended, I think you said Morocco, you said Egypt, right? So are there other places that people can go to, maybe spend a week and at a very low budget, that do not have all of these restrictions, you know, that's happening, you know?
Yeah, there are several destinations. The truth is, I won't lie to you, travel right now is not for the very low budgets. Everything is expensive. The airlines, during COVID, yes, that's the truth. I'm sorry, but I have to tell you the truth. The airlines during COVID, the hotels during COVID, they lost quite a lot. So no airline is doing any promo as such, okay? So, but if you want to travel within some budget, you still have to consider that no matter where you are going to, even if if you're not fully vaccinated, you must plan that you are going to do COVID tests before you go. And definitely you must do COVID tests on return. Definitely Nigeria, when you return, 7 days after, they expect you to do another COVID test. So you have to set aside about 150,000 separately for that. That's minimum. Because no matter where you go to, you must do COVID tests going. You must do COVID tests when coming to Nigeria. And you must do COVID tests 7 days upon arrival. Okay? But I would rather say the Nigerian government also needs for them to encourage people, okay? If people have been vaccinated in Nigeria also, for me, I don't think they have to do COVID tests on return again and then pay again for the day 7. It's making travel more cumbersome. So I think if you've been vaccinated and you want to encourage people to get vaccinated, you should also reduce the COVID test they are doing into the country. So that countries, you can go to Kenya, you can go to Maldives, you can go to Egypt, you can go to Morocco. Dubai has not asked us to come in now, but they've set aside 2 days ago what they expect, which is after the COVID test, you must do an antigen test 6 hours before the flight departure. An antigen test is very fast, so they expect you to do that. So different rules for different countries. So you just calculate the amount you want to spend and know that, okay, this is set aside for leisure. For me, I think right now, any travel is supposed to be personal.
Okay, if I let me just ask you, I beg, please, where are the places I can go to in Nigeria?
Wait, we are getting there. Because if you cannot go out, we go with you last. But I just saw a...
But guess what? COVID is everywhere. So you can also go to places in Nigeria and get, and catch COVID.
I can catch it, no problem. They can't, but they will not charge you money.
But no matter where you want to go to, always make sure you are with a travel insurance. Either you step to hotel in VI or hotel in anywhere. Make sure you have a travel insurance that covers COVID. Because we've seen several people who have traveled with us, who have traveled with others, and with the COVID, at least it reduced the amount they have to pay for their hotel bills, because definitely you're going to stay 14 days extra after your holiday, and you find out that you are tested positive. So travel insurance is one of the key things in this era.
Okay, I just got a story on Guardian which says FG sets to sanction Nigerians refusing COVID-19 vaccination. It quickly reads, amid the reaction of the declaration of Edo State and what's going on there, the hint was dropped yesterday by the executive director of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency at a briefing in Abuja. She said the government may apply the basic rule against such people because they will be endangering the lives of other people.
Else you didn't have to go there because I have a video. Do they have my video? No, because like I went to see, this law annoys the heck out of me because you cannot put the cart before the horse, right? There are, if I say now, in fact, let's not go far. All the staff of Plus TV now to say we want to go to the nearest primary health center to get vaccinated. They do not have enough vaccines to cater to us. Not to talk of
day, right?
Yes, because a lot of, we were just about 100 plus today that wanted to get vaccine. They only said that they had 25 the scanner thing, and they said without that scanner thing they cannot because once they are done with your card, they have to put that code that they need to scan
on your card.
Do you understand? Some other center in Igbejuleki had the scanner, but they didn't have the vaccine. We had vaccine, but there was no scanner. So it's cumbersome. You as the government, you cannot put this kind of laws. Look at what Ife just said now. So if I wanted to go to the UK and I've not been vaccinated, all I need to do is that when I get there, do you understand? Because it means they have excess. For them to be giving you that you are coming from outside, they have excess vaccine. Until you are there where you have excess, that's where you can bring this kind of rules. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But let me hear Ife's thought on it though.
I agree with you because you can't, we have, in fact, I don't think 25% of Nigerians have been vaccinated, and you are bringing such rules. So where do we get the vaccine to, where do we get the vaccine? Do you understand? We don't have enough. So why bring such rules? In the UK, I heard over 80% of the UK residents have been vaccinated. Even students who came for their masters, Nigerians who came for their masters from April, they've taken their first dose. Some of them have taken their full doses. So they have more than enough. The US, where they're shouting that, okay, if you're not vaccinated in the offices, even in Dubai, so they told some of the hotel staff that if you're not vaccinated, maybe you won't be paid or something, because they have excess. That's why they can even give tourists. So we need to get to the point of having excess. Then we can now bring up the rules. We still have people at the COVID centers pushing. I remember when I took mine, we woke up at 4:30 a.m. to go and take space. And we didn't take the vaccine until like maybe 10 or 11. It's not, I don't know, it's not tidy. Okay. It's really not tidy, yeah.
Let's try to bring this back home. I mean, if we're discussing travel rules and all, like Owa has said, I think we should also think of our tourist system in Nigeria and places we can go here to ensure that we at least have a bit of fun and understand what we want to do. How is this playing out in Nigeria? I mean, we had the lockdown in 2020, then the ease of lockdown, and now I think the only thing we have now is the restriction, the 12 midnight or 12 a.m. restriction. Curfew. I don't know.
Abuja and Lagos,
I'm thinking maybe our president has forgotten about it because I don't see
it's
the
just Abuja and Lagos.
We still have it on, but that's the only thing we have on right now. So looking at what happened in 2020 and where we are now in 2021, how has this affected tourism in Nigeria? What do you see going forward?
Okay, thank you very much. There was a boost last year, especially Christmas, because a lot of people could not travel, and a lot of monies were locked down, and people could not afford it, which is apart from this year. So like last year Christmas, a lot of people spent it within Nigeria. Almost all the hotels in Lagos were booked for Christmas, New Year, Abeokuta, people traveled. By train now, you can go to Ibadan, you can, have fun, Abeokuta and all. But the trend this year is not really like it was last year. We like when the thing is hot and sizzling. Last year it was hot and sizzling immediately after the lockdown. But this year, for me, if you check Instagram page, you will see a lot of people outside. They will say they're outside. But this year, we have, I've already seen a lot of us planning for October 1st, which is short holiday. So we would be able to, Lagos will be able to contain people for that moment. Because the truth is, even hotels in Nigeria are expensive for a lot of people. So people are still saying, oh, if I want to go to, where will I spend 100K one night in hotel when I can travel abroad, But there are still some places where you can still go and have fun, like day activities, weekend. Yeah, but the hotels are really having, their own beat, and they're really enjoying themselves now. Their COVID is not affecting them. Yeah, COVID is not affecting them now because there's patronage for them, especially weekends. Nigerians know that now they have to even go out. They must go out weekends and all. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what to say though. But thank you so much, because I hear you, and I know that a lot of people booked Ikogosi, they went to IITA.
Yeah.
There were so many activities that happened within the Nigerian borders, But again, like you rightly said, Nigerians, once they say there has been an ease, so it's even now a thing of what's it called? A thing of I'm showing on Instagram that myself I have traveled amidst COVID, so people are actually eager. So if someone wants to go like outside of the country, say let's say UK, or
even within African continents,
or within African countries, what should be a budget-friendly cap that you should put? Because and again, factoring the vaccines and the travel rules and everything, what do you think is a decent budget somebody should have? Somebody that is watching, if they want to consult you now.
So I would say one of the selling destinations right now is Morocco.
Okay.
And Morocco, it's beautiful. It's COVID vaccine is not compulsory, but if you have, it saves you from doing a COVID test, which is 50,400 before you go. So if you have about 750, 800, can take you to Morocco for 6 nights with flights. That is for this period of September, because there is like a slash on the flight rate for this month. And so if you have 750, 800,000 naira, you should be able to spend nice time, 2-3 cities in Morocco, enjoy yourself on outboard meals, tours, and you should be fine.
That's beautiful. I like that budget.
Beautiful, but that's minus my lau spending and eating.
What you want to be lau?
Like I want to go and explore and eat food I've not eaten, and then
there are lots of shopping destinations there.
But quickly, if you said, so is it that the COVID test that you take out of the country, it is for the country that you are going to? They are the ones that demand those tests, not your own country?
No, they are the ones. If you have to go, when you are going, you have to subject yourself to the government policy of where you are going to.
Okay.
So the test you do when you are going is from there. Example, in Maldives, okay? Children from 1 year old are expected to do tests. Yes. For US, children from 2 are expected to do tests when going into the US. For Maldives, children from 1 year. When you're coming into Nigeria, the rules are different. Children above 10 are expected to do COVID tests into Nigeria. Children below 10 are not expected to do tests. But you must fill the form for them, because Nigeria also has a passenger locator form. And it is also compulsory you have to pay the day. Nigeria also has something they are saying you have to pay day 7 again when you come back. You still have to pay day 7 and then do the test. Yes, that is Nigeria for you. You do the test incoming and then you do 7 days after.
Okay, so if I have done a test from Nigeria and I'm going into the UK, why do they now still subject me to the whatever test? Why?
Day 2 and 8.
Yes, day 2 and 8.
That's the rule. It's not only for Nigeria.
But as a travel consultant, you people should fight against that, because if I'm already going to do it, yes, it's not activism. It's not activism, because it's spoiling business for you. I say I will not travel.
Oh my goodness.
How can you tell me day 2? You didn't tell me maybe day 2. So it means that test result I'm bringing to you is as good as useless.
Don't embrace anger. Embrace peace. Morocco and Egypt.
So good. Unfortunately, it's beyond us. It's policies that has to do with. You see, when there is a pandemic, everyone has reasons why they do things. It's not only for us, even for their own citizens who are fully vaccinated. Once they come in, they do only day 2. Okay. Once they come in, they do only day 2. They're not expected to do the fully vaccinated ones. They're not expected to do day 8, but they must do day 2. So every rule for different reasons. Why is Nigeria telling us that if you are fully vaccinated, when you come in, after doing the one incoming, you still have to do day 7? I mean,
I also think the bilateral agreements between each countries comes to play. So it's not. I don't think it's their job. It is our government and the kind of agreements they.
But I think no
have
government
with each
can
country.
even stop anything that has to do with COVID, because I think that's the issue between Emirates and the Nigerian government. Because you can't dictate to a country how they should take you in. You can't dictate how they, because it's pandemic, you can't tell them this is the way you should run, because nobody is telling the UK that stop day 2 and day 8, but you want to tell Emirates stop the antigen. You can't do that.
I think we've had a fantastic conversation. So for anybody that wants to travel, do yourself a favor and consult the consultants.
And in case you want to contribute to my travel money, I'm available.
Elsie is available.
Instagram or WhatsApp.
Me, don't worry. I will go to IIT. I'll go and spend.
I need to go there.
That's
actually.
a very beautiful place to go
And then you
to.
can use the train.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to go
We have actually a free train ticket we've not collected. All right, so thank you so much, Ife. It's been an amazing chat with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you, Elsie Godwin. We had a fantastic conversation. Now, before we go, do ensure you follow us on Instagram. It's at PlusTvAfrica. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and more importantly, we're planning a giveaway to say thank you to you for believing in the Ways brand. So follow the conversation and follow us now on Instagram. It's at PlusTvAfrica. If you missed today's quote, these are our very nice and special quotes. Here it is again. I would rather own a little and see the world than own the world and see a little.
COVID, I beg.
Travel is important. See you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.
Nigeria's Niger Delta region, from where the black gold fuels Africa's largest economy, where the lines between wealth and poverty has never been thinner. Conflicts, poverty, insecurity, and environmental